Hello everyone. In this video we'll be taking a look at the consequences of dissolution. As I said that dissolution only starts the process of winding up of a partnership firm. It is the first step that leads to the outcome of winding up of a firm. So just let's take a look at what are the consequences of dissolution. So, among the first consequences of and significant consequences of dissolution is the need to give a public notice of dissolution. This is the first step because if partners do not do this, they continue to be liable for acts of the firm even after dissolution until a public notice is given. Then, the second thing is on the dissolution of a firm, every partner or his agent or representative is entitled, as against all the other partners and their representatives, to have the property of the firm applied in payments of debts and liabilities of the firm. That means whatever other assets of the firm, those have to be used for settlement of debts and liabilities of the firm. And the partner also has a right to the distribution of surplus divided among the partners or their representatives in accordance with their rights, whatever the proportion may be. Then the continuing authority of partners for winding up, that is at the beginning of dissolution, the partners have the authority to do ordinary acts of the firm, and that will not come to an end immediately. Then liability to share personal profits. So if during the process of winding up any partner makes any profit, he must share it with other partners. Then the right to demand back premium. So where a partner has paid a premium, anything extra to enter into the partnership, then he has a right to claim refund of that premium. Then rights of partners where the partnership is rescinded for fraud or misrepresentation. There the parties are entitled to the others are entitled to rescind the contract, and the person who is guilty of the fraud or misrepresentation has to make good the loss. Then right to refrain from use of the firm's name or the firm's property. So once a firm is dissolved, a partner is restrained from using the name of the firm or the firm's property. But if he has bought the goodwill of the firm, then this will not be applicable. Then right to make agreements and restraint of trade. Now we have done this even in the law of contracts, that an agreement and restraint of trade in case of partnership is perfectly valid, because partners may have that kind of restraint on their other partners, saying that you cannot continue with this the same business for a certain number of years or at all, or use this particular name and things like that. Those are possible. So coming up next, we'll be beginning with the LLP Act, that is the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this channel if you like the educational content here, and please do leave your comments and feedback. Thank you. This is Dr. Mariam Narona.